do 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 do. And okay, Darkshocks, no worries. Yeah, if anybody wants to jump out because they're planning on playing this, no hard feelings at all. This game's very good and I can't recommend it enough. So, let's jump in. Okay. So, without getting too into it or spoiling anything, our current conundrum here is that this guy has a key that we desperately need, and it's in his pocket. And we need to figure out how to get it out of his pocket. Oops. I was just trying to hit I to look at my inventory. Can we examine the pocket? Okay, now. So this is sort of the situation we're in. Is that if I try to do anything, like if I'm in here, I can look at things, right? I can look at the room and you get your, your description. I could examine something, right? Use the necklace, for instance, or the neck case. You know what I mean? We can kind of take a look at this. Clear, colorless nugget is an odd, amorphous shape. It shines with almost an adamantine luster. It's about the size of a grape. It's stunning. Hold at gunpoint, man. I did see that Julia added G as a short instead of grab. G, you can do G. So G necklace you can do, which is kind of cool. That'll be good for speed runs, I'm sure. Here's Corvus. How do I get the satchel key from him? He must have it in one of his pockets. Ask about pockets. I don't care all about that. What I know will go over your head, so just nothing. But this is the other thing. If I just say, hey, I want to look at the room, I just get yelled at by this insane woman who's looking for her brooch. And she won't help us find it. I can't grab the shoes, I don't think. Yeah. Grab dress. So that's what my only like thought was like maybe there's something in here like in my inventory that I haven't considered, like smash mirror with ice pick type of a thing. that would do some things. Hey, Idio Nyson. Thank you for the good luck. Hide in closet. Yeah. Can we do that? No, we can't. Get the woman out first? Maybe. Oh, that's a thought. That is a thought. Something I didn't. The thing is, like, if I knew where the brooch was, I would just be like, I'll just like get her the brooch or something. What's kind of annoying is I can't even like. I don't think I can do this at least. If I go in here and go take satchel, which is ultimately what we want, it just says the owner of the satchel wouldn't appreciate that. And of course not. But we've already said that we want to steal the things inside the satchel. So I'm like, why don't we just fully commit to being the bad guy here for a moment? Offer Jordan almonds. Give everybody some almonds. 2 man. Would you like a Jordan almond? No, thank you. You've had more than enough. I want one that had your grubby little hands all over it. I don't know. Nancy Maple isn't quite as cavalier as Nancy Drew. Yeah. It seems that might be the case. Seems like a lot of work. Yeah, she is. And that is an understatement of the century. Look inside closet. I'm assuming, yeah, we can't do that anyway. ECU, yeah. I don't know, do we have like a magnet? Can we use a magnet to magnetize it out? Uh, is there still a piece of flypaper in here? Yeah. Take flypaper. Okay. Let me see if I can do it out here. Take flypaper. Because the other thing I noticed is that, like, we have an empty box on here. Hmm. That is the quick and dirty version from Galaxy there, yeah. I can go into the story a little bit really quicker, like a very high level thing. But I would, if anybody is just having a peek, just be weary when I begin this. There will be spoilers, and I'll go like this when I'm done. How about that? So yeah, in short, we are playing as Nancy Maple. This is our character here, who is a mineralogist working for the National Canadian Museum, right? She arrives out here into the sticks somewhere in Canada to investigate a diamond that was found, as Galaxy said, in a fish, just inside a fish. Perhaps there's more diamonds out here. And basically, like, she's thinking like, oh, this will be great for our exhibit in the National Museum. When she arrives, a bunch of crazy things happen. Her luggage is stolen, a la Laura Bowen, whatever game that was, Dagger of Amun-Ra in that case. Yeah, meets a whole bunch of seemingly very nice characters who, over the course of the next couple of days, turn out that they're all pretty rotten in their own ways, it seems like. They're all up to something, right? As they often are in games like this. I'll say that. So that's fine and good. We're trying to find where these, like, this diamond thing is. Are there diamonds somewhere? And we run into a whole bunch of loose threads and different people who are also apparently looking for diamonds or hiding diamonds or whatever here, there, and elsewhere. And in the midst of all this, someone is murdered, and we do some investigating into the murder. And again, humongous spoiler here. The woman who's giving us a hard time apparently is the one who did it. So, according to our current evidence. So that's where we're at. So right now, on top of that, somebody else has been, I'm going to say, kidnapped, and it appears that she's also behind that as well. So anyways, we need to open this satchel that has some incriminating evidence, presumably, against her. That's what we're up to right now. And that is the spoiler ending moment. So there you go. Okay. Can I pick the lock? I don't think so. I think that... Can we? I don't know if we have the right... We have an ice pick. Smash it with a hammer. Can we just look at the man? Corvus doesn't look quite as natty as he normally does. Natty. I think I know what that means. I thought that would mean like he looks disheveled, right? Natty meaning. Oh, tidy. Oh, I'd never heard of that. You know why? I probably think of like the Natty Light beer, and I'm like, that's a pretty rough around the edges beer. It means trimly neat and tidy. A natty dresser. Oh. Corvus doesn't look quite as natty as he usually does. You might even go as far to say that he looks slightly disheveled. His vest is missing one of its metal buttons. We have the button. Aha, this button I picked up outside the smokehouse matches the one on Corvus's vest. Seems to be taking an interest in Margot's shoe collection. He is taking them off the shelves, inspecting them, shaking them, and putting them back. Shake shoe. You don't have any water right now. What? Shake shoe? Don't have any water right now. Okay, let's get some water. Apparently Ellie, we gotta go get some water. G water. G water. Fill cup. Fill up cup. Get water from sink. Use sink. Fill cup with water. What is actually happening here? Fill mug with water? Can we use the mug? Yeah, okay. Maybe we don't have the cup anymore. Or maybe the cup is... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's it. Fill shoe. Yeah, maybe. This is the thing. I probably didn't need to go all the way downstairs to do that now that I'm thinking about it. Shake shoe. Shake. Be more specific. Shake water. Shake mug. There's nowhere appropriate to dump the mug's water here. Pour water on man. What have you done? You clumsy girl, you've soaked me through. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Shaw. I'm such a lummox. Fortunately, I've packed a second set of clothes, and it looks much the same as this. Well, that's convenient for the sprite. Hurry up and change them. You need to help me find my brooch before. Well, anyway, get back here quick. Right. Excuse me, ladies. Corvus exits the room to change his clothes. Not knowing what to do, you stand awkwardly and wait for him to return. All the while, Nessa continues to rummage through Margot's things. Soon enough, Corvus returns clad in an identical vest and trousers. There, you see, it's like it never even happened. Like it didn't even happen. But do keep away from me, Miss Maple. I don't have another fresh set of clothes. Of course, and again, I'm very sorry. Just stay out of our way, won't you? Will do. Okay. I mean, why did shake shoe work? I mean, that can't be the intended way to find that out. That said, I'll take it. E pants. Corvus's clothes are finely tailored, kept immaculately clean. The vest and trousers are decidedly damp. You feel a twinge of guilt. Oh, one of the metal buttons on the vest is missing. The guilt somewhat assuaged by the gratification you feel finding the key to Corvus's satchel in his left vest pocket. All right. Open satchel. Corvus's satchel is locked. Unlock bag. Unlock satchel. You can't unlock the satchel. You don't have the key. Oh, I just found the key. Get key. My bad. I'll just borrow this key for a little bit. That's fair. We just need to borrow it. We're not thieves. Open satchel. Open satchel with key. Unlock satchel. I keep forgetting what I'm doing that works. Oh, satchel. Where art thou? You open the satchel. The satchel looks like the type you use to carry important documents. It's open. E-satchel. You eagerly examine the contents of the satchel. Aside from pens and a few personal items, there are 2 documents that draw your eye. There's a mineralogical report here, signed by Albert. Albert, by the way, for those that don't know, is another mineralogist who has apparently been sent to this lodge to investigate as well on behalf of the Canadian government. However, he is up to something, and I am under the impression, based on some things that we've seen here, that he might not even be really Albert. Albert might be a fake name. There's also a will in here. Uh-oh. Take documents. Corvus's satchel is filled with all sorts of documents. You'll need to be more specific. Take report. You remove it. Hopefully Corvus won't notice that this part is missing. There's still plenty of papers in the satchel. Take will. You remove the will. I'll just shift some papers around to make it look less obvious that anything was taken. Anything else in there? Uninteresting documents. Okay, close. Satchel. Lock. Satchel. Put key back. We were just borrowing it. Okay. Oh. Let's save. No longer stumped. Just in case anything else wacky happens here. Oh, also. Let's have a look at these documents, shall we? We have the report here. An official looking mineralogical. I'm going to get that down. Report, complete with seal and signature. After carefully studying the report, you are surprised to conclude that despite the gorgeous penmanship and Albert Ruspa's florid signature, it's extremely poorly written. This is nearly nonsense. It reads like Albert inserted mineralogical words at random without knowing their meanings, and he's trying to hide this fact with fancy language. Even still, I have a hard time believing that this report was written by an expert. The fine paper and fancy seal might fool a casual observer, or harried government officials eager to rubber stamp stacks of paperwork off their desks, but this report does conclude that the land on which Crimson Lodge is built is rich with diamonds. Interesting. Wait a minute, I overheard that conversation between Nathan and Albert in the boathouse. Nathan paid Albert for a mineralogical report that states that there are no diamonds in Crimson. Something fishy is going on here. I should ask Nathan about the report I've found. I wonder what he'll have to say about it. Nessa met up with Albert in the gazebo, and she paid him for a report to be written as well. I bet Nessa gave it to Corvus for safekeeping, so it's a report I'm holding now. I should ask Nathan about this. Everybody paying off this guy? Use ChatGPT, yeah. I don't know. Albert is like at the crux of all of this weird stuff. Who is this guy? Let's take a look at the will. This appears to be someone's last will and testament. Last will and testament details what should happen to Evan Richards' property and possessions upon his death. This document says that everything goes to Nessa. That's surprisingly, considering their strained relationship. Your eyebrows raise as you reach the end of the will. It's been signed by Corvus Shaw, with Nessa Crabbe signing as witness. There's a blank line under which is written Evan Richards. It appears that Evan has yet to sign this document. Evan, for those who don't know, is the person who's been kidnapped. He's MIA, although we have a hunch of where he is. The entirety of the will appears to be in Corvus's handwriting, ... This looks pretty fishy to me. I would agree. All right, so let me really quick just save. It's not letting me save because I have too many saves. We'll close out a soup delivery and we'll just call this Will with a bunch of L's. Just in case. I was gonna just check and see if we can confront them about the things that we found. I would imagine that we wouldn't want to, however. I'm curious. Ask about Will. Evan has come to his senses. He's asked Corvus to draft his will, leaving the lodge and land to me. Oh, really? As a matter of fact, yes. Once he's signed it, I'll be heading back to the city. And where is Mr. Richards right now, by the way? Nessa narrows her eyes and purses her lips. He's taking a walk to clear his head. This is family business. Stay out of it. So, have you found Mr. Richards Sr.'s will? Or Mr. Richards' will, for that matter? Now that he's missing, that might become more relevant. As a matter of fact, Mr. Richards has requested that I draft a will for him. Is that so? Indeed, Margot's untimely demise has caused Mr. Richards to reevaluate the importance of his last surviving familial relation. Is that so? That's none of your business, but yes, a change of heart. He'll be leaving the lodge and lands to his dear sister Nessa. May I see this document? This is a private family matter. Certainly not. Ask about signature. Can't use signature. Ask about report. Can we ask about the report? I don't care about that. I think I spelled that right. I don't know if I can ask them about that. Ask about Albert, I guess. Busy with his work, I'm sure. I think he's upstairs. Brilliant fellow, highly knowledgeable, and so sophisticated. Okay. Well, interesting. We went through that. I cannot abide these unwelcome incursions into my quarters. Seek out more amenable guests. Ask about Will. I have no idea what you're talking about, nor do I care to learn. Ask about report. Albert, it looks like you're working on 2 copies of a report. Albert glares at you for a moment before speaking. That is standard procedure for reports. I'd submit 1 copy and retain the other. Oh, I see. Thanks for clearing that up. Now, please leave me alone. Ask about diamonds. Diamonds carry a certain mystique. The aristocracy is mad for them. Okay. I guess we'll press on. Yo, Santa. Large PB in Indy. It was an interesting PB. We did PB. It was interesting. I think it was about 7 seconds, I think is where we ended up. 7 seconds for the PB. However, the fascinating thing was I did it with failing getting to Omar my first try, which means I did it twice. So there's like a free minute in there if I were to get a first try Omar, which I already expected to have to do to PB anyway. So it was kind of like getting mayonnaise and getting a PB, if that makes sense. So it's kind of exciting because I feel like the next one might be pretty big, depending. And we had a good maze as well, not to downplay that. But it was pretty cool. We were over a minute behind and we rallied back for a PB. So we're going to ask about the report here. I took a peek at Mr. Respera's mineralogical report. Did you know that he's concluded that Crimson has abundant diamond deposits? And how exactly did you get that to read that report? I was told that those results were confidential. How is not important? I just thought you should know. Nah, you should know about this too. Go tell him what you just told me. Sure. I have this mineralogical report that Albert wrote. What do you think of it? Nathan looks a bit shocked. May I see it? Where did you get this? You hand the report over to Nathan. He scrutinizes it intensely. He looks upset. Nancy, may I keep this? I'm afraid not, Nathan. There are awfully strange things going around here, and this is part of it, I'm sure. You see, I overheard your conversation with Albert in the boathouse. I know you paid Albert to prepare a report that states that the exact opposite of this one. That there are no diamonds in Crimson. Nessa paid Albert for another report to be written. I bet it's the one that I've just shown you. The report states that there are diamonds in Crimson. After reading this report, I have my doubts that Albert is qualified as a mineralogist as he claims, although his kit was legitimately high quality for his role. Not to mention, the field work he conducted seems more focused on a single irrelevant specimen, and nothing else. Something fishy is going on here, so if you don't mind, I'll be keeping this report, at least until I figure out what's going on. Nathan reluctantly returns the report to you. Very well. I suppose I'll have to trust you. You can, I promise. Excuse me, I need to keep looking for Evan's will. It's vitally important that we find it. Well, let's ask about the will then, because we found one of those too. Jack, I found a draft of Mr. Richards' will in Corvus's satchel. It says that he's leaving the lodge and land to Nessa. What? Is it signed? No, not yet. Mr. Richards would never agree to that bequest. A colonel's bequest? Are they going to try to force him to sign that? Go tell Nathan what you just told me. Will do. I found this interesting document in Corvus's room. What do you think about it? I love her approach to Nat's, to like any conversation with Nat. Interesting, you say? Yeah, let's see. We just talked about it, Jack. But fine, come on over. Come on over. Gather around, folks. You showed Jack and Nathan the last will and testament that you obtained from Corvus's satchel. What can you tell me about this document? Jack's face goes pale. Nathan's eyes widen. Let me see this. Jack's eyes travel further down the page and rest upon the very bottom where Nessa and Corvus have signed their names. His eyes narrow. Nathan's mouth sets into a grim line. I see. Where are those shysters? Nessa and Corvus? I last saw them upstairs in Margot's walk-in closet. I see. Excuse us a moment, Nancy. Oh, is this going to be a shakedown? You hear Nathan and Jack's heavy footsteps as they hurry down the hallway and up the stairs. They aren't gone very long before you hear them returning to the study. They're gone. Looks like they left in a hurry. Margot's walk-in closet was in shambles. I wonder what they're doing. They were looking for Nessa's ruby brooch. Margot took it. I'm not surprised. You're not? No, Margot, we'll say, liberated some valuable silver heirlooms from the curio closet in the bedroom you were sharing with Kimmy. You knew about that. Nathan sighs. Yes, I did. Margot was afraid Nessa would try to split up the silver wedding steins, claiming her share, or worse, steal them both, and more. So Margot took the silver heirlooms and asked me to take care of them until Nessa and Corvus left. Oh, she didn't get a chance to tell me that before she died. She didn't give me any ruby brooch, though. She must have hidden it somewhere. I remember Margot saying something about concealing the ruby brooch in her walk-in closet. Nessa was on the right track. I wonder if she found it. We need to keep looking for Evan's will. Let's hope he has one. Let's hope. A note has been added to your notebook. Can we just find the will? Let's be like G. Will. G. Willikers. So they're gone, huh? Can we explore? I wonder if it's in here or not. What was the note that got added? Find Nessa's ruby brooch in Margot's walk-in closet, ? Margot told me that Nessa's ruby brooch is hidden in here somewhere. Nessa tore this room apart looking for it. I wonder if it's still here. Yeah. Can we look at shoes? Like, just go for it. Go crazy. Shoes are all size 5. My shoes are usually half size smaller than my boots. Yeah, okay. I don't think they're with the hats. I think we've done this before. You can see why Nessa didn't bother inspecting the hats. They're up high and hard to reach. The mannequin heads are surprisingly solid and heavy, not hollow, leaving no room for hidden items. But what if there is one? Green hat. I think I've done this before, but I also maybe have done it before she stole the brooch, perhaps? We'll go through them anyway. Couldn't be stuck there. Merely shaking the mannequin head is all that would be required to check if the brooch was balanced under one of the hats. Shake head. Shake mannequin head. Zzz. Shake hats. Shake blue hat. Blue hat. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Red silk rose and blue hats exquisite. Your arms are starting to ache from straining them to the limits to reach the hats. You wonder if your efforts will prove to be fruitful. You're starting to doubt it. What's the other one? Teal hat. Teal hat. Take the teal hat down. Yep. With a grunt of effort, you rest the last mannequin down from the shelf and examine the hat closely. Oh! Into the inside of the last hat you find the brooch. I've literally checked these hats like 4 times on this playthrough, and I must have just done it at the wrong time every time. Margot had cleverly concealed the pinned part of the brooch between the hat and its band. You carefully unpin the ruby brooch from the hat before returning the mannequin head back to the top of the shelf. I'm glad I found it, but what do I do with it now? I guess I better find Nessa and give it back. There you go. Let's take a look at this brooch then, eh? It's a fancy ruby brooch with an intricate gold seating. Rubies have a Mohs hardness of about 9, one of the hardest minerals around. Besides diamonds, of course. Okay, I guess we could figure out if something was a diamond using this. Maybe that's why she wants it. You admire the rich, much coveted pigeon blood, deep red hue of ruby mounted in the brooch. Thanks to your loop, you detect faint rutil inclusions. But the gem is eye clean. That means that the inclusions aren't visible to the naked eye. The inclusions are also called silk. Some of these faint lines might not be inclusions after all. They look a little bit oily. Powder brooch. Shocked to discover not 1 but 2 clear fingerprints. Now, this should not be surprising because this is likely going to be Nessa's fingerprint and Margot's. I would have to think, right? This would be a crazy change of pace if it's something else, though. One of these belonged to Evan. Oh, no, it's decanter. Glass jar. So we have a lot of fingerprints now. Almond pieces. Wait. What now? 2 clear fingerprints on the ruby Kabukan? You compare them to the fingerprints you've obtained from everyone in the lodge. One of these fingerprints belongs to Margot, which comes as no surprise she admitted to stealing the brooch. The other fingerprint belongs to Jack. I don't have a sound effect for this, but bum, bum, bum. That's interesting. I should ask him about this. I'd agree with that. What? Okay. Again, no one is who they say they are right now. What in the heck? You think you know somebody? And then suddenly you don't. Allergic to nuts, delete. And then we shall resave this as Ruby Fingers. Should we wake her up? Wake up, Kimmy. There's a crazy thing going on right now. My goodness. Now, if folks found you a bit annoying before, you'd never live it down if you start disturbing people's sleep. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything that we can do. What if this got fixed? Maybe it wasn't broken to begin with. I just find this to be a funny reaction. Oh, it does. It changed. Oh, it must have gotten reported. Let's go. Kimmy mutters something in her sleep. It sounds like, hello, duckies, followed by soft quacky noises. That's funny. So last time she would always do the same thing where she would wake up randomly and be like standing there and be like what? Ducks? That's new though. That changed, and I guess it must have changed in a recent patch. Very cool. I downloaded the update today, so I guess that's that. Ask Jack about brooch. Look, Jack, I found Nessa's ruby brooch. Huh, well, how do you like that? You're pretty good at finding things, Nancy. Want to know what else I found, Jack? Let's go, Nancy. Your fingerprint on the brooch. Yeah. Can you think of any reason why I'd find that? I love this. Okay, I helped Margot hide the brooch. It was the least I could do, seeing as Nessa probably killed her. Have a drink quick, one moment. Ooh. Switching voices there. Nessa probably murdered Margot, right? Or at least poisoned her. That's what you figure, right? Yeah, that's what I think right now. Margot was telling me that Nessa had it out for her. She didn't tell me why she thought so, but it was easy to see, wasn't it? Nessa thought Margot would get to the lodge and the land instead of her. So yeah, when Margot came to help her hide the brooch, I did just that. Couldn't hide it in my room because Albert's using it. Couldn't hide it in the room I'm sharing with Corvus. Too risky. So I hid the brooch in Margot's giant closet, reached up high into her hats and pinned it inside one of them. Margot couldn't have reached up there. She was even shorter than you. We were going to sell it and use the money to help with the lodge's upkeep. So Nessa could at least indirectly help fund that, something she should have been doing anyway. But now Margot's dead. Evans disappeared, and Nessa and Corvus are up to who knows where. Things are coming apart. I don't see much point in anything anymore. You keep it. You found it fair and square. Pay your way through school or something. Make something good come of all this. Okay, Jack, I'll hold on to it for now. A note's been added to your notebook. Jack admitted to helping Margot hide the ruby brooch. There's a couple things that I don't understand. Not that I don't understand. How does this guy tie into everything right now? This is the ranger, the Mountie here, who's come through to help with all of these mysteries. He's obviously up to no good as well, but... Oh, no. I don't want to quit. Did I do Control Q? I was trying to do Control A. Holy moly. Ask about brooch. I found Nessa's missing ruby brooch. It looks very valuable. I'm sure she'll be pleased to have that returned to her. Well, we'll see if I do. Ask about will. That sounds like a legal matter. Perhaps you should ask Mr. Shaw. That's a terrible, terrible advice. Terrible advice. Ask about report. Yes, Jack mentioned that to me. This Mr. Respa was sent by Antwerp to verify the diamond find in Crimson and to write a report. What's your impression of him? Well, to be honest, I wasn't that impressed by his level of mineralogical knowledge, especially after reading this field report about Crimson. The report displays superficial knowledge about mineralogy, less than superficial, actually. I'm starting to doubt that Mr. Respa is the expert he claims to be. Interesting. Thanks for the information, Nancy. I'll just sit here and kind of wiggle my feet back and forth for a while longer. Like, how have you not inspected the body here? Like, all this information, he's like, yeah, I'll go check it out tomorrow. Are you out of your mind? Is there anything else to check? I mean, hang on. Rock salt. Can't examine it, can we? I mean, like, streak plate with ruby. Brooch. Use brooch. Brooch on plate. Ask what he's really up to. Can't use what? What are you really up to? Hang on. One thing I wanted to check in here. Remember that, like, Kimmy locked herself in here? But there's really nothing in here. Ooh, rub. Rub might be the word. Rub ruby on plate. Thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of rub. While you're reluctant to potentially damage Ness's ruby brooch with a streak test, you reason that if it is indeed a ruby, you shouldn't be damaging it at all. Because rubies are harder than unglazed porcelain, they would scratch the streak plate, not the other way around. I'll try it in an inconspicuous place at least. You perform the test as carefully as you can. With this procedure, a rather firm hand is required. The ruby in Ness's brooch easily scratches the plate. Ooh, I guess it's a ruby after all. When a specimen is harder than a streak plate, which has a Mohs hardness of 7, it is said to have no streak or a colorless streak. Rubies have a hardness of 10, much harder than a streak plate. The only harder gem is a diamond, which has a Mohs hardness of 10. The rule inclusions that I've examined in this stone are characteristics of rubies too. Okay, so very good. Just kind of curious. Can't use toilet in this game. Not bad. Look under rug. Okay. I just feel like that there's a moment where she locks herself in this room and I'm just like, I really haven't gotten to the bottom of what she's doing, but like I feel like I should be. You know what I mean? Like there's something afoot with her that I haven't really put my finger on quite yet. Where am I going? I want to go to the smokehouse quick. It is a bathroom. That is true. I do feel like I'm missing something in there too. Oh well. Let us press on. Okay, so one more thing. Sorry, we're going to just make sure all the loose ends are tied up. Okay, that's just that again. Ask about Ruby. Ruby, you. I have no interest in that. Are you crazy? Someone's stolen the kit. Antwerp. I'm based in Antwerp, Belgium, the diamond capital of the world. When the Canadian government heard rumors about diamonds in their Great White North, naturally they would seek out the foremost experts. Ask about expert. Because you are not an expert, it appears. I do know that this guy makes a run for it here once we really start going for this thing. E-bookshelf. Can we help find the will, I guess? Ask about telegraph. Didn't something weird happen with a telegraph? Turns out I didn't have to send that telegram. Ranger Murdoch appeared in the area, so I brought him to the lodge. Called a meeting in the dining room to meet everyone. Go on in. That already happened. Where is everybody? Interesting. Because we had the one that was talking about the explosion. Yeah, that's a bug for sure. Yeah, that had already happened leading into this chapter. It's not even in this chapter, I don't think. Yeah, I'll have to clip that or something. Send it over. Marco's drinking glass. Where is this thing? I definitely have it, right? Wax print. Maybe I don't anymore. Hmm. Okay, so we've already done that. Display cabinet. So he's looking through that. We might not have to find it because I guess we have the fake one for now, but I feel like we do need to find it. Door to the west leads outside. So the only thing that I really sticks out that we haven't looked at maybe might be the tapestry. Look behind tapestry. Would not benefit from a closer inspection. Isn't anything in there? Oh, did I not actually do that one up there? Hang on. This game brings it out in me, this like completionist, like look inside bin. Nothing in there. Had to check. Be safer for maybe to not take these. Fair enough. Nothing else out here, right? I wonder if you can watch stuff from up here, like I missed something. That'd be kind of cool. Jeez, you can snipe that one. Look at clock. It's broken. Open clock. E-clock. Just keeps catching my eye. Really? Blotter, a brass lamp, and with a green light shade, a clock, and a pen stand set. Turn on light. Look under blotter. Look at pens. Take pen. Push pen. Wind clock. Can't use wind. Oh, my like adventure game senses are like going crazy. I don't know. Maybe we can't find it. I guess. I find that hard to believe. Because we knew that his dad, right, never made one, but he did. Or he never made one, but his father did. Look under rug. You don't need the carpet or anything underneath the carpet. Jack is busy in front of the bookcase. You don't want to interfere with his actions. The tree motif. Although the tapestry is a little faded with age, there are still rich colors woven into it. Detail is exquisite. Mm. None of these books are necessary for you to read. Okay. Display cabinet, fancy desk with brass fittings. I guess if it's not the tapestry, then I would have to think that it would be here on the desk somewhere. Because there's really nothing else to see. Check time. Nancy, not right now. So, what are we doing then here? I should tell them about all of this. Okay. So what other open things are we? This might be a waste of time, I suppose. Ask Nathan about the draft of the will he found. Yeah, we asked about that, right? Ask about will. Okay, yeah. Sometimes these like notes are not super clear. We definitely did it, but I was like, it doesn't look like we did do it according to this. Okay. Should we just ask about the mines, I guess? Went off looking for the bathroom, I think. Yeah. Went off to the bathroom, huh? That also seems like that's not the correct thing. Ask about bathroom. Okay. Ask about findings. Yeah. Ask about mines. I did this before. Ask about... Tell men about findings. About Evan. An ancient part, yeah. uh, Kidnapping. Don't know about the smokehouse. Maybe it's is it the weird word that I had written down? Stand by weird word that I have never seen before, and that is ask about Alan Garata. Okay, so ask about garnet mines. I don't know about NASA. Dangerous places, stay away. Worked hard to get rid of those mines. Dangerous place. I mean, is it like something where it's just like, I'm gonna drive myself to this freaking mine? Like, what are we doing? Drive car. You don't know how to drive. Okay, well. Rats. I did do this last, yeah. Because I managed to actually start the next chapter, but I was like, oh, I didn't do all the things I wanted to do. So I like reloaded a save to come back. I just can't remember what it is I asked them. I thought it was just about the mines, because you basically revealed to them that, like, do I just ask about Raspberry Cave, maybe? Don't know anything about that. Ask about... I don't know, should I just talk to men? Okay, that's all it was. I was over-engineering a simple thing. You breathlessly tell Nathan and Jack about their theory about what happened in the smokehouse, ending with your belief that Mr. Richards was taken to the Garnet Mines. You think Mr. Richards was taken to the Garnet Mines. The only thing that I'm a little bit weary about pushing this forward is this might be the last time that we see Albert. But I don't know what else to say to him, so I guess we keep going. You think that Mr. Richards was taken to Garnet Mines? These have been sealed shut for decades, which makes them a perfect place to hide somebody. Uh-oh. You drive out there and check just in case. I agree, it'll take some time to prep the automobile. To the carriage house. I'll meet you there. I'm going to fetch Ranger Murdoch. Stay here in the lodge, Nancy, in case Mr. Richards comes back. Take your sweet time, Jack. Don't worry about me. Well, I'm certainly not going to wait around here. I'll convince Jack and Nathan to take me with them. They need all the help they can get. But before I head out, so I check in with the other folks in the lodge. Who's left? Should we check the cupboards here as well? Find Will. Get Will. Oh well. Yeah, I think that we push for trying to find... Yeah, what's happened here? Albert's room is a mess. Clothes are hanging haphazardly in the wardrobe, the waste paper basket stuffed full of papers, and his luggage is gone. Well, the other thing I wanted to do was check the... what did I save last? I'll save here really quick. I want to check one more thing before this started. He's gone. Delete water. Save. Albert stored some of his things in the blue trunk upstairs closet. I wonder if anything was left behind. Right. That was my thought as well, which is not that. Oh. The big blue trunk's lid is up and the padlock is hanging open. I wonder what was stored in here. I wanted to check in this. He had his stuff in there. Some old threadbare linens lining the interior and obscuring the trunk's bottom. Methodically, by feeling around inside, you discover absolutely nothing. A bullet and blasting cap. My father was in construction. I do know a blasting cap when I see one, but why would Albert put these in here? Jack let Albert store his things in this trunk. He wanted to lock this all away, same as how he demanded to stay in Jack's room, the only bedroom with a lock. Seems like Albert was concerned about keeping his secrets, and he's armed. Uh-oh. Okay, so we saved really quick before doing that. I'm going to really fast go here. Are these guys still in the building? Out of curiosity? No, they've left. Right, because we already have the ruby. Alright. So he's here in this case. Padlock, which we need. Hammer, lock. Hammer, trunk. I feel like we want to bust into this thing, right? It's important. There might not be anything we can do here, or if there is, maybe... You know, it would have already happened here. Ask about trunk. No one's given me anything. I'll really quick just check and see if I can ask Albert about it. Otherwise... Oh well. Figured I'd look. Right, so he's gone. Look at cupboard. Wardrobe still has some clothes sloppily draped on some hangers. Look at clothes. In disarray. Jacket. Looks like they've been hastily pulled off the hangers as if somebody was packing in a hurry. Check pockets. Don't see anything noteworthy. Look in drawer. There isn't anything in the drawer besides large white dress shirts. Take clothes. Can we take any clothes? No. Check desk. Open desk. Cigar butt in the upper left drawer. Take the butt. Yes, take the cigar butt. Look inside. Oh, we've already done these. Drawers are empty. Open drawers. This one. Inside drawers. Drawers are empty. Look at book. E-book. Spines aren't broken and the cover shows no signs of wear. These books are in pristine condition. Guess Albert takes really good care of these books. Or they're a prop. Take book. Book. Haven't been cracked. Okay. I guess look inside bin. We should probably do that. You can see some crumpled papers in the waste paper basket. They don't appear to have anything written on them. There's a strip of telegraph tape lying just outside of the waste paper basket on the carpeted floor. Take tape. Pick up the paper. Look at tape. The telegraph tape reads as follows. Carl L. Proceed to Sue Locks with package. Deliver package by 3 a.m. Await further instructions. Well done in crimson. That's right, Carl. That was the name. And so I did a thing where I asked him about Carl before, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He had like a special response, obviously, to it. Carl L. Let's write that down. Well done in crimson. What could that mean? And who on earth is Carl L? E tape. Let's just see if there's anything else. Powder tape. Powder book. Powder butt. There were oily smudges ringing the cigar butt. After a generous application, there's another one. Application-o of soot. There are now sooty, oily smudges ringing his cigar butt. Yeah, he denied knowing him, yeah. It looks like the fingerprints got smeared as the butt was being twisted to put it out inside the drawer. Glad I tried, though. Okay, one of Albert's cigar butts. He stubbed it inside the desk drawer. There's now smudgy soot all over it. The code of the label of the cigar butt indicates that it's of Belgian make. The head of the cigar is now ringed with sooty black smudges. Now that you're taking a closer look at the cigar butt, you can catch a whiff of its aroma. I've smelled this type of cigar before, but just not in the lodge. What exactly are you smelling? It smells familiar. It does look like something's under there. A cylinder wrapped in red paper is partially concealed under the bed. I wonder what this could be. Take cylinder, but spelled maybe right? Take tube. Take thing under bed. Right, I'm gonna... Thank you. Take cylinder. Spelling test. As you reach down to retrieve the red cylinder, or you reach down to receive the cylinder. Uh-oh. I think it's a stick of dynamite? Yup, it's a stick of dynamite. Looking at it makes you sweat. Dynamite is not a standard piece of mineralogical equipment. Okay, so we just got that. Just got that on our body. Okay, cool. Yep, stick of dynamite. It's dynamite. Examining it more closely wouldn't make you feel any better. Quite the opposite, in fact. Just not in the lodge. Okay, so there's something with a scent that we need to check. Hey, Lemming. Welcome. Smell butt chapter. That's the one. Padlock. Yeah, okay, so we just went through this. Smell butt. Does that just work? You put the cigar butt under your nose and take a whiff. Smells familiar. It's from somewhere, just not the lodge. Take a look at the trunk. Peer into the blue trunk. Yeah, we've already gone through this here. Hey, ATK. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Bullet and a blasting kit. Okay, we just went through all this fun stuff. Appears to know more about demolition than mineralogy. Is there anything else in there? Trunk. Anything else? Oh. He was carrying dynamite with him too. It was wise of him to store the dynamite and blasting caps separately. Okay, so take caps. Caps. Take bullet. Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. I had a PB tonight in Indiana Jones, which I'm really pleased with. And yeah, doing well with a little bit of Crimson Diamond. It's been good. No experts on gun, but this is definitely a bullet of some kind. I think I'm getting the picture here. Albert isn't who he says he is. I believe he's headed to the Sulaks to sabotage them with explosives. I found a bullet and blasting caps in the blue trunk. Albert's probably armed. And he's fairly well acquainted with how to use explosives, seeing as how he knew how to store his dynamite and blasting caps separately. This does not bode well. And I think he tossed my luggage out of the train to eliminate my field kit so I wouldn't interfere with his sham field work. I think he was on the train car with me and Kimmy. I do remember the smell of this particular brand of cigar. Ah, I need to head to the carriage house and tell Jack, Nathan, and Ranger Murdoch. Examine the bullet through the loop, but you don't know enough about bullets to glean any more information. Blasting cap. It's a tin of blasting caps used to detonate larger explosives. There's only one left. The maker's mark is imprinted on the tin. You recognize the brand as the one that is commonly used in Toronto. My father was in construction, so I know what these look like. Kids would sometimes play with them. Not me, but other kids. It's likely Albert purchased these through blasting caps in Canada. Or these blasting caps in Canada. They tend not to get shipped overseas because they're fairly hazardous materials. Though it's hard to tell with design printed on the lid, you think you can see an oily smudge. Powder cap. Oh, fingerprint. Aha. Get fingerprint. You don't see that right now. From cap. The tin of blasting caps with the fingerprint might prove to be a useful piece of evidence. I can submit this to the authorities as it is. No need to lift the fingerprint. Oh. You conclude it belongs to Albert. I guess we kind of assumed that. Blasting caps are not standard in mineralogist equipment. You've revealed 2 clear fingerprints on yeah, okay, we need that. Another one's Jack. Okay. Very good. Anything else in there before we leave? Quick rummage. Quick extra rummage. Okay. He was carrying dynamite. Yeah. Very good. Okay, we're getting all kinds of goodies going. Why is this door shut? Large bedroom. Okay, I don't think there's anything probably in here. We'll just do a quick look inside bin just before we go. Sometimes you get lucky. The blue trunk is where we get the good stuff. Wake up, Kimmy. You're not going to tell me... Oh my goodness, really? That's bonkers. I thought that was you, Cat Brown. Hello. Check this last bin here. Jack has the spare room set up for a makeshift bedroom for Ranger Murdoch. Look at... Is that couch? The pale love seat is upholstered with a simple floral print. Would not benefit from either inspection. Look blanket. Blanket. Take blanket. You're warm enough as it is. Okay, I wasn't sure if maybe our little friend here had maybe left something in there, but I guess not. Okay. Have we visited everybody? I think we were probably just supposed to catch that Albert had left. I'm assuming that is what we were shooting for, or we were aiming for, and we have hit. Okay. Let's quickly head downstairs, and I guess we're gonna go. We're gonna go do it. We're gonna go do the thing now. There's nothing down here, right? Margot didn't suddenly wake up. No, she's still there. Okay, good. Figured I'd check. Nobody hiding in the shed. I don't know, you know, like, oh, maybe like her, because obviously Ranger Murdoch is also up to something, generally speaking. Like, not all of his intentions are clear, at least at this point. So I was like, it might be worth me having a gander. Oh, here we go. Oh! What's this? Double doors have been thrown wide open. You can see Ranger Murdoch and Jack inside the carriage house. They look nonplussed. Jack, what's going on? The automobile's gone, Nancy. Well, I can see that. Someone must have picked the lock on the driver's side door and made off with it. I think Albert's stolen the automobile. You hear a rumbling. Is that thunder? Nope, that's Nathan. He went and got his own automobile. Tell me what you know on the way. Time's a-wasting. Let's go. Right. It's gonna be a bit of a tight squeeze and a bumpy ride. It's actually Evan's father's old car. I've managed to keep it running decently well, but the shocks are pretty stiff. Decently well? Heh, it'll be fine, Nancy. Just hang on tight. Alright, let's go. This dude is going right now. You all pile into Nathan's automobile and head for the mine. Mr. Cardinal, I'm sorry we couldn't meet under better circumstances. I have like a sneeze that's about to come out. So forgive me if I briefly mute in the middle of a sentence. I understand your reluctance to be involved with the authorities, and it's entirely justified. Evan's in danger. I will help my friend. We can figure out the rest later. I will safeguard you from any consequences of going off reservation, I promise. Let's deal with that later. I think Albert's stolen the automobile. You do? And what makes you think so, Nancy? Albert's luggage is gone, and his room is a mess. It looks like he left in a hurry. Yeah, they're kind of on the reverse. I didn't even see that. Albert had so much luggage, and Jack said it was very heavy. It sure was. There's no way he could have handled that luggage himself. Unless he took the automobile. I think he's driving it to the Sioux Locks to bomb it. I stumbled upon a confrontation between Albert and Kimmy. He was furious with her. It was such a bewildering encounter. Kimmy had a map the Sioux Locks circled. Had the Sioux Locks circled on a map. I think that had something to do with Albert leaving so suddenly. He must have thought that she was onto his sabotage plan, but Kimmy told me she was just interested in seeing the Sioux Locks as a tourist. He's not a Belgian mineralogist at all. He's a German spy. Of course. His name might actually be Carl L. Carl L. Where did you hear that name? I found this telegraph tape and a stick of dynamite in Carl's room. And I found a bullet and a blasting cap in the blue trunk where he was storing some of his things. I think Carl is highly knowledgeable about explosives, armed, and dangerous. Fantastic detective work, Nancy. I need to notify the appropriate authorities and follow up on this imminent threat. Oh, also, I think Albert's got a gun. Just letting you know. He's been storing bullets in his blue trunk. And he's knowledgeable with explosives. He was storing the blasting caps and dynamite separately. I think you're dealing with a professional saboteur. One that's armed and dangerous, as I previously mentioned. Got it. I'll keep all that in mind when we confront him, Nancy. Thank you. Please be careful. I will. I'll tell you how it goes when we meet again. Mr. Cardinal, could you please drop me off at the train station? I can send an urgent telegram for reinforcements. We'll have rangers at the Sioux Locks as soon as possible. Of course, but first, the guarded mines. They're closer. I'm gonna blow my nose really quick. Give me 1 sec. Okay, we're back. I turned invisible. I do, yeah. It knocks all the power out of the whole house. It just goes, shoot. That's it. All right. Good idea. Telegrams travel faster than any automobile. Albert will take some hours to arrive at his destination. Okay. Nathan stops his automobile as close to the Garnet Mine as he dares. The ground is rugged, and any roads leading to and from the area have fallen into disrepair many years ago. A bit of stealth is imperative as well. It wouldn't do for Nessa and Corvus to be alerted to your presence. The consequences for Evan could be dire. You and Jack watch Nathan turn the automobile around to head to the distant train station. It's all up to you now. Wait, wubbada, what? You're dropping me off by myself at the mine? All right, let's do it. Excellent job. Kudos on your thorough investigative technique. Thank you. Oh, Jack's here. Okay. The mine entrance has been blasted shut. Can't be where Nessa and Corvus took Evan. Oh no, my theory's wrong. Nancy, wait a minute. This is the closest entrance to the mine. They were on foot. Not to mention, this is fresh rubble. Most likely they did use this entrance, but the entrance collapsed after them. Abandoned mines are dangerous places. We have to be careful. Chapter 6. Confrontations. How are we going to get in? Don't know, but I'm going to grab that shovel and start digging. Yoink. Jack starts digging at the rubble at the mine entrance. I've got to help Jack with this. Okay. We've got to be towards the end of this video game, which is excellent. I think we've got to be. Now, I would love nothing more than to continue to play, but it is 1:15 a.m. So I do need to head to bed. I think this was a solid little sesh. That last bit of chapter 5 took a lot longer than expected, but it was for the best because we would have missed like all of the Albert stuff, all of the Ruby stuff, all of the related Nat and Jack stuff. There was tons of things we would have missed. It was really, really good. Jack should have the Rebel mood by next stream. Exactly. Well said, Lemming. But yeah, I really, really want to continue to play, but I must sleep. I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. I've had a really good time. Chapter 6, safe. Quit. Really quit. Really quit.